Ah.
Ah, ah, ah.
Cha.
Nabimuwala.
Niake.
Ititi nakusei.
Ititi nakusei.
Stongo oshkinyacha.
Oh.
Hanapi.
Unstahidadish.
Gwina.
Yatahe.
Madawaka.
Oh, Kikadus.
Kikidu.
Not Kikarus.
Now you get Halito.
Oh.
Halito.
Osio. Wado. Oshke.
That's the first time I've like ran it. Did we get them all?
Do we get them all? El Bono. Howard Hall. Coming live from Howard Hall.
Coming live from Bono,
Howard Hall.
1950 South Shepherd.
Yeah.
In
El
Bono,
El Bono.
El Reno.
Howard Hall.
What is that? What does it mean? Bono.
El Reno.
It means
City.
upstream.
Upstream. And Mayo Vejoen is Concho.
Yeah. But yeah, good morning. Coming live.
Terry Tuesday.
Terry Tuesday, 1950 South
Word.
Shepherd. Here in Bono, El Reno. Pivawon, Matsime. We're trying to incorporate more language into
That's
what
word.
we're doing. And I'm gonna try Cheyenne. He's gonna do a Arapaho, so we're gonna try.
And our producer is gonna do indigenous.
Oto. Our producer's Oto.
Oh,
so.
Pawnee. Chance Rush.
Jirway.
Chance Rush's brother.
Well, they're having a training downstairs.
Oh, the aunties?
Yeah, we got all the aunties down there. Auntie Sparrow. The world famous Auntie Sparrow is downstairs leading that training, and then we got the world famous Andrea Alexander down there helping, and a bunch of aunties doing Daughters of Tradition. So I think it's kind of cool. I love the Sons of Tradition.
Yeah.
Like I love that. Like I feel like I have more purpose in that because of my experience of when I got into all my trouble, and I made all the choices I did. So, so yeah, it was good. It was good to see everybody down there. All the aunties are down there.
It's a lot of medicine down there.
A lot of medicine going on down there. A lot of different nations. And that's what I like. I like the fact that, we don't just want to train our own people. Like let's saturate the state with white bison facilitators. So, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. And then, I also got to remember, the 18th was my dad's birthday. And then today is my son, Isaac Mack, morning son. He would have been 23 today. So happy heavenly birthday. I used to dread this day, but now I feel like I'm in a position where I can celebrate his life. And I had him for 14 years, and there's no timeline on grief. And every once in a while it'll catch up with me, but at the same time, I know he would be proud of me, and I know he's with my dad. Like there's some kind of comfort in knowing that.
Yeah.
Like my son's not alone, and whenever he passed away, it was my brother Carl Bryce. We share the same name, Flying Out. That was his name too. And the first friend I ever had in my life, I always I always remember he came to me in a dream and he took me to where my grandmas were. And I like the way that that's helped me all these years. When I think about it, you know like 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 my brother Carl Bright, he took me to where my grandmas were. Like there, I don't know, like there's something comforting about that. Like even from the beginning, like it eased my mind. So I could get down and out, but I don't know, like I spent most of my life there. It's hard for me to you know I I just want to honor his memory.
Mm.
So it's a tough day for his sisters. They have a real tough day. It still weighs pretty heavy on them.
Mm.
But we'll get through today.
Mhm.
And hopefully we'll be able to celebrate him later on today. But it feels good. It feels good to be here today. See all the aunties down there.
Mhm.
And always a good deal to see Sparrow. So how was going to jail yesterday?
Oh, it was good. It was good. Welcoming introduction. Um, we got to meet a lot of new brothers and sisters. We had one returning sister. She's still doing time, but she heard about the class. She signed up again. So
Oh, that's cool.
yeah, glad she got to come back and join us again. So we welcomed her, and was there 12 of them? There's about a dozen. Yeah, a dozen.
So like, did she get in trouble again, or they just
I don't know. She really didn't say, but she said I'm gonna be here for a while. So,
okay? Well, I like the fact that y'all are able to expose them.
mhm,
To me, it's about the exposure. You're planting that seed.
mhm,
Like you're able to, because I've been there, right? I've been there too many times. Like I would take in as much information as I could.
mhm.
But I was always into like science fiction and all
Oh
that
yeah,
kind of stuff.
yeah,
Like trying to keep my mind busy.
yeah.
But I think if somebody would have just handed me an AA book or a Well Bridey book,
Mm.
I think my thoughts and my efforts would have went somewhere else. Somewhere positive. Because I was a jailhouse Christian at one time. I was like all these different things, right? Because you definitely want change, and jail, like it can get too comfortable sometimes.
Mm.
And that's what I didn't like. So I always like wanted to like, I just didn't have the tools.
Mm.
I just have the tools, to make a positive change. And not only that, I was just saying that because I was in jail.
Mhm, yeah.
You know what I mean?
You ain't
Like
going
like
nowhere.
you're gonna go save the world when you're in jail. And as soon as I would get out, all of that,
Man, to the side.
all of that, none of that mattered. Let's get lit. You know what I mean? Like as I could be ready to save the world, you can do all these great things, and as soon as I got out, nah,
Let's go to the store.
yeah, I got time for that. Like
Where's Leroy? Yeah.
yeah. So I get it. I completely get it.
Yeah.
But you just never know. You just never know like the effect that you're probably having on these people,
Mm.
and they can take these things home.
Right.
That's the great thing about it is, and I believe like when you watch the early Well Bridey videos, he's in jails.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like it's a room full of inmates that he's trying to explain this program to. So I think that's like the grassroots
Mm.
of the development of this program is with inmates.
Yeah. Definitely.
And it makes sense. It makes sense. We got inmates over there in Hinton who watches.
Mm.
So I got to give a shout out to my brother.
Oh, hitting.
My brother over there, he knows who he is.
Yeah.
He says that they tune in. So that's
That's
cool. You know,
clean.
got brothers over there.
Ooh.
You know, so it is what it is. But I just want to tell you thank you. For the work that y'all's doing over there.
Oh, ooh.
You and a couple of the sisters. That's cool.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that for our people.
Good.
So what else we got going on this week?
We got Zumba tonight and Murph.
Murph. What does Murph stand for? Is it just the name of the workout?
Is it like
Name of the workout. It's in honor of a guy. I believe that
is it Murphy Lee or
Okay.
lost his life in the service.
Yeah.
They do this every year around this time.
That's cool. I like
Yeah.
that.
And this was, I don't remember if it was a workout that he did or something that is made up to honor him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Everybody that does it always does it on a particular day.
Mm.
So this day is that day. I think, or
Tomorrow.
So it'll be at Adams Park.
Adams Park.
Come
Fitness
out with
Sports.
Diabetes Wellness. I'm sure most of y'all can probably catch Marcos calling everybody out
Yeah.
and watching people drive by. I love Darian killed me that day. He was like, "Can you breathe a little harder?"
Yeah.
That's made me watch. You know what I mean? Darian's hilarious. But, shout out to Diabetes Wellness, for making a positive change.
Yeah.
And what better, when you come into sobriety, like I think that's one aspect that we never really hear a lot about. Because you're eating again, you're doing all these and you definitely are putting on
Baby.
weight.
Yep.
You're definitely putting on weight. And we never have anybody talking about how unhealthy that can be.
Yeah.
Like I don't know,
Yeah.
I think, the way that I've been a diabetic since I was 23. I'm 45. You know what I mean? Like it's been a part of my life that long, and while in my addiction, I never even paid attention to it. I never even took my med. I didn't do nothing, bro. I stayed drunk and I stayed high. You know what I mean?
That was first.
Like I'll fix my diabetes. I just won't eat. Take a shot of tequila. Yeah. Like I'll be all right.
Yeah.
eats your fruit by having those limes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now here I am, almost blind. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I probably should have taken care of myself better.
Yeah.
But that's cool. So that'll be tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Yeah.
We're gonna be out there.
Mañana.
Or y'all's gonna be out there.
Y'all's gonna be out there. Darian and Carmel.
Darian and Carmelo's going. That's cool. Hell yeah, y'all gonna do the Murph?
Darian's talking about it. No, I'm not doing it.
I just want to, motivate you,
Yeah,
brother.
yeah. Let's go.
I just want to. I mean, baby steps, Maybe not sign up to do the Murph, but just be on the side doing your own little thing.
Be on the side. Just breathing heavy.
Well, that's cool though, man. I like that. So dances this weekend, right?
Yeah. A lot of dances. We got Red Moon this weekend.
Oh, you're head man at Red Moon, huh?
Yeah. And then
After you signed us up,
Gory Clan.
After you signed us up to be at another dance, you're taking off somewhere else.
I got a
That's kind of like your MO, bro. Like,
I got a foyer, so
Huh?
yeah, Darian.
just told us that we're co-hosted.
I asked and
I
Darian,
think I do remember you asking,
Darian's like,
but you never said like, "Hey, I think I'm gonna be head man."
oh, he asked me right after that.
And you didn't say I have other obligations.
Oh, I mean we're a group, so I figured.
I know, like we're one, we're a unit.
Yeah,
He just said, "Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah." Y'all going over here. I'm going over here.
Y'all want to go to Hammond?
He just looked at me like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah. We're a unit. Yeah." Well, I'm going over here.
Yeah. I mean, We gotta split up sometime.
I'll be good.
The people want us.
Okay, well,
Anyway,
we will be at Darlington.
Yes,
Darlington, but there's also a lot of other dances going on.
yeah, the Kal
Graduation dance
Calais,
at Concho at during the same time.
Kaylee,
Red Moon, and then
Kaylee's.
I don't know.
If you want to see Mingo, you can go all.
Yeah, you can go to. I mean, we used to go out there every year. Whenever I was a kid,
Yeah,
we'd always go to Red Moon.
Theta used to
Oh.
be Hey Little Girl.
Did you really?
Yeah, back in the day.
That's where we went and camped out one weekend over there, and we got to hang out with Black Eagle from New Mexico.
Oh,
Yeah, we got to meet all them guys.
dang.
Like the early Black Eagle.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
A bunch of Pueblo guys. They could all jam out.
Mm-hmm. Loud.
Took them to the 9, and we were just little kids, I
God.
think we had a fifth of cherry vodka.
Dang.
Little bitty guys, on guys. But yeah.
Did y'all have socks on? And
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. I don't even, I can't even remember where we bathed or anything. I think we had to go pour water on ourselves somewhere. Yeah, it was, got to hang out.
Yeah.
Got out of Thomas. It was totally worth it. But yeah, do we have any comments?
Yeah, we got Stacy Star. Happy Tuesday, fellas.
Hey, good morning, Stacy.
Jen Miller, good morning.
Good morning, Jen, up there in Billings.
Billings. Tobias, good morning.
Good morning, brother.
Stone Cold David Deer.
Stongo David.
Shirley McAdee E. Nyaki.
Nyakit.
Yeah.
Ititi Nakusate.
Carly T, good morning.
Carly
Ty.
Carly Ty flying out.
My
My niece. Good morning. Good
You
morning.
hungry, Carly?
Carly, hungry.
We're about to go eat.
Yeah, we're about to go in. It's your birthday. Yeah. Is that it?
Oh, Marco said, I heard they're going to do Alpha.
Hmm.
Oh, hey. Hey, little girl here.
So, Theta, you was head little girl at Red Moon one year. Show us your move.
Yeah. Yeah. What?
That's
Barefoot.
cool.
Barefoot colony.
I don't even remember.
Canton.
I'm sure my cousin remembers though, but
Yeah, you're quit it. Quit. Ooh.
Oh, my bad. Oh.
Ooh. Hey.
Mm.
Come on. Come on.
Yeah, I know Theta from way back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The 1900s.
Yeah. Wildcat days. Wildcat
Yeah.
days.
Black Panther.
So how's the training going?
Are y'all on break right now?
A lot of aunties. A lot of
It's
aunties.
a lot of.
Are there any guys? Any guys? Yeah, is there any guys doing the training?
No.
Okay.
mean,
I wasn't
hey,
sure.
Yeah, it's. I mean,
I
it's,
wasn't sure. Yeah, there was.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, China bun.
Well,
Buck. Buck.
we just
Dave Levi said, "But
but
hope you guys have pants on under that table." Me or the producer?
Carmelo's bucked off over here
Buck.
behind the camera.
Buck.
But yeah, shout out to South Coast Behavioral.
Yeah.
They're doing great things in the recovery community.
South Coast.
So, look into that mental health, look into, where does that change have to happen? And sometimes you have to be a person that you've never been before.
Mm.
So I think that's very
comfortable
important.
with the
You got to get uncomfortable. Question them values. That you had before. So, but yeah, should we go ahead and jump off into this reading?
Yeah, yeah.
Why do you have headphones on? You didn't get me a pair.
Oh, they're right here.
Nah, it's good. I'm
Oh,
good.
okay.
I'm good.
All right, today, May 20th. When we're in the spring season, steps 1, 2, and 3. But today is the sacred ceremonies given to us by the Creator are the heart of our existence.
Mm.
These ceremonies are our first duty. Traditional circle of elders, Northern Cheyenne. Hidden in the ceremonies are the many truths, many principles, many guidelines for living, our access to the unseen world, healing, and visions. Because the Indian people didn't have schools or books. Wait,
Go ahead.
oh, is it too loud? Or...
No, you perfect.
Oh, the Great Spirit gave us ceremonies. The ceremonies are handed down from generation to generation to learn their meaning. Today, many Indian people live in cities or urban areas where it's hard to learn the ceremonies. We need to go to the elders, learn the ceremonies so we can pass them on to our children. Great Spirit, teach me the secrets of the ceremonies. Ahoo. Mr. Botone, what you think? What comes to mind? Oh, you want me to go first?
Go ahead. Go
Oh,
first.
ha, ha. What comes to mind is, uh, you know, growing up in the city, OKC, and visiting my Numshum Bruce Whiteman Senior in Sealand. Learning, going to Sundance and up in Sealand, and then watching my Uncle Daniel and um, Uncle Bruce and my brother Evan finishing Sundance at Concho. So being able to go out there and spend time and learn learn the ceremonies, watch them go through, and pray as they sacrifice for and they pray for all our families, and learning them ways and being shown, getting sage, getting the water ready, keeping the fire going, help building the lodge, starting day one, and with the arrow keeper and the chief's day, and the fox, and then the dog. So just going through that, it's every day or every year, annually ceremony that it keeps our people alive and going strong. And even through all what they say, the other world, the two worlds, and they always say the white man's world or this world, but once you live both and go through it, and they'll understand, to balance it out, keep balance. And what comes to mind is that today, just being able to, I'm very appreciative that I've gotten blessed with all these ceremonies, and able to go to experience it with my family, and my grandpa and my uncles, and just being able to witness the power and the prayer. And like we talked about, what was our favorite part of the year, the New Year's, and being able to go catch, I get to catch my cousin, my family members, my brothers, when they finish off that third day. And I don't know, just that relief too. It's like, it's very powerful. It's a very good spirit that you get to catch them, and they sacrifice their body, and the whole weekend it's like happy tears and all the struggles. And because I always learned that struggle and that pain is temporarily. It's not going to last forever. So being able to catch them and just celebrate, and war cry, and everything, and then after all that's done, and we finally settle and pray and eat and feast, and it's just, man, it's like, I don't know, I don't know, I don't want to say, like, not unforgettable, but like unbelievable healing, I guess. Something that you have to go through, experience it yourself. It's hard to explain right now, but that's what comes to mind with today. So aho mado.
Aho. Aho. Aho.
Mm.
You know what I thought about? was like, how long did these ceremonies carry our people? Before anybody ever brought us a book, before any of that, like when we burn these medicines and like when we do different things like that, things that come from the earth, before, when we were the only people that inhabited this continent, I it's like, like I don't have, nothing against Christianity or any other religion at that. Like I got friends that, are Muslim. I got friends, they all found their creator, right? And I'm blessed, that I got friends that got to experience and find a way out, through these different processes, or whatever it took for them to acknowledge, Allah, or Jesus Christ, or whoever. But what I think of is, what do you think our people believed before that? We didn't always know about those things.
Mhm.
We didn't. That wasn't always our way. And like the way it is today. You just need a higher power. Like we're so you know intermingled with everything around us, that now it's just like, just find a higher power. And but I think about, what do you think carried our people? Who do you think our people were praying to? We didn't have, these mental health issues. We didn't have these health problems. We didn't have all these things that kept weighing our people down. All we really had was nature. All we really had was Mother Earth. All we really, I think about it, and our people had the oceans, the mountains. Those were our teachers. That's why our ceremonies were centered around those things. Around all the different elements that it takes to have these ceremonies. Like I said, like I always say, it's crazy to think that when these lava rocks were made millions, thousands of years ago, that the creator knew that the purpose that they were created was so that I can go and be in front of these lava rocks, and they're going to heat them up, and I'm going to go in there and I'm going to sacrifice my comfort. I'm going to go in there and sacrifice a little bit of my time, and leave all my problems there with those grandfathers. Like he knew when he made them that far back. When I think about what carried our people up until this point, it I get offended when, not that everybody needs to believe my way, but I get offended when, like, people are, like my own tribe, right? When they're scared of our ways, like not that they need to follow what, do what I do, but I'm always like, what do you think got us to where we are today? Like it's, you know, it hasn't always been, you know, uh, that you had to go somewhere to follow the creator, or that you had to be able to read something to follow the creator. It was a feeling, it was something that we were shown, through other life, other forms of life, whether through plant or animal. We recognize these things way back. And I feel, calm down, calm down.
Come on, come on.
Yeah, hama. But I feel blessed that we still have these ways. I feel honored that I even get to take part in them today. Because I remember a time in my life where I thought that I did not deserve God's grace. I thought that I didn't, I thought so less of myself that I didn't feel like I could ever meet the standard that it took to be able to go through these ceremonies. But then I look around too, and and I'm not trying to call anybody out, yeah, but I kind of am. Like our people turn to these men for prayers, and these men are alcoholics. These men are pillheads. Like the last thing they want to do is be sober. Like where is your connection with the Creator? When our people are turning to you for prayers, like it's just something that now that I'm able to understand, like I have that. It only took me 40 something years
40
to get. But because I was part of that problem. And to be on this side of it, I do want to be as pure as I can. I do want to give, not just a little part of my life to the Creator's will. I want to give it all. That like that's one thing that I've learned about my process is that I got to surrender to this thing all the way. I can't hold on to like little pieces here and there. I can't make this thing fit my life. Like when I chose my life and my lifestyle, like I ended up strung out. I ended up drunk. I ended up all these bad things, right? Suicidal, like I was all these things. And since I've been able to, surrender to the Creator and ask Him to put His will into my life, what does that look like? Whatever it's got to look like. I found peace. I found serenity. I found this happiness that I never knew existed. And and I feel like I'm only 4 years into this thing. Only 4 years into this thing. And if He's led me here and I'm finding all these things, I mean, I can't even imagine what else He has in store for me. Yeah, I'm almost blind, like but my vision's slowly coming back every day. The only person that looks the same to me is Emmett Birdshead.
Brown.
Blind or not, he still looks like a brown spot. But he looks like he's been smeared. Yeah, I don't know what it is. Like every time I see Emmett, he's like a brown sugar stain that's been smeared. So he looks like a brown line. I don't know. It's just this weird thing, that every time I see him, like when he walks, there's like a brown tracer behind him. Like there goes a brown one right there,
Brown tracer.
But I think about my life today.
This guy.
And I'm very, very grateful to be Cheyenne. I'm very, very grateful that I think about my son. He got initiated into bowstring. He got initiated into bowstring, and one time this medium, she was talking to she approached his aunt, after his aunt had lost her son, and this medium approached her, and his aunt asked that medium, well, what about my nephew? And that lady said Yeah, she's like, when I see him, he's standing there in his traditional, like
Mm,
in his traditional, however bowstrings used to dress.
mm,
That's how she seen my son. And her son was there with my son. She's seen them together.
mm,
So I always think about those types of things, like like my son, he was very proud to be bowstring. And he had just gotten initiated. He's probably the youngest member at the time. And I'm just glad that he got to experience those things before before he went to the other side. So
mm.
a lot of good things. A lot of good things when I think about our ceremonies and who we are as a people, and how far it's brought us. Like we didn't know any other way. That nature was our teacher. And I can see where that relationship goes from, um you know uh from understanding, of what Mother Earth was showing us. And our ceremony, we used to have arrow worship. Then when we'd have the Sundance, and then we would have the animal dance.
Animal, yep.
We haven't had the animal dance in over 100 years.
Mm,
Like so. It's I can't even imagine what our people felt like when the last time they had those. Like I can't even imagine what was going through them old folks' head
mm,
when we couldn't have animal dance no more. So I'm very thankful that we still have a little bit, and we're trying to hold on to it. So, do
mm.
we have any comments?
Yes, sir. Um, Timothy Davis.
Oh, good morning, Timothy.
Uh, oh wait, go up a little bit. Go up a little. Right. After Dave Levi said, "Hope you guys have pants on." Marco said, "Dave Levi, that's why you can't see they hands." Yeah. And then Timothy Davis said, "Dave Levi, I know that's right, brother. They better." Uh, Good morning, Gwinan, Carrie,
Good morning,
Nanito.
brother Kerry.
He said, "A hoe for this day, creator." And then he also
Oh,
said, "Also, me and my homies was at a friend of Bill's place, and he told me to write down all the positive and then write down negative.
mm-hmm.
He said the positive will always outweigh the negative."
Always.
I was like, "Huh." I was getting it at the powwow in Tulsa. Sure, it was a good time. Which Dave Levi, good words, good ones. Naomi living best life.
Living my best life.
Good morning, 6
If it
months
wasn't a-
sober.
All right, all right. Thank you for sharing that with us. We
She,
appreciate that.
she's back in L.A.,
Okay, all right. Yeah. We're Facebook friends.
Louisiana. Sorry.
We're Facebook friends.
CO Kimberly.
Yo,
What the?
walo.
What the shit? Ron Colley. Pivot one up. Good.
Oh, people would not.
Said good words, Barry.
Uncle, appreciate it.
Mm. Scroll down. Timothy Davis.
That's it.
Oh, that's it.
What did Timothy
Oh,
say?
he just said good morning.
Oh, good morning,
And
brother.
then you're talking about how Emmett is brown.
Oh yeah, he's brown, and when he walks by, he has a brown tracer.
My wife
She's like
said
a-
brown aura. Is that how you say it? Aura?
Aura.
Aura? Brown?
Yeah, he's got a brown aura. And when he walks, it's a line, so he's like a walking brown line.
Yeah.
Brown sugar. That's Emic Birdshead.
Nuh-uh.
Hinahana.
Inahan.
Yeah.
Dang. Terrorizing. He's probably
Talking real keen, too.
Yeah, he's sneezing away.
Well, what else we got going on this week,
Yep.
Mr. Chabada?
Shabbat.
The Murphs tomorrow.
Zumba tonight,
Zumba tonight at the
Thursday.
park.
Yep. There's a elder mental health event.
I can't travel, so
And then Mingo speaker night.
Oh yeah.
oh,
speaker night.
Mingo, yeah, tell us a little bit more about that,
Yeah,
Mingo.
Speaking.
Right here.
Oh, once upon a time. Yeah. One time at fam camp. There was a hole in my Cadays. Oh,
What?
there's. I got a rash.
God, dog.
I had to.
What was his name?
The Cadays were Heinz and Hein. Heinz Fruit of the Loom. Yeah.
He's wearing ketchup. It's called
Yeah.
Some hose in him.
Some
Damn, this
Hanes.
guy. Tearing it.
Yeah, they were cheap back then, so now they're more polyester materials.
And your wife's watching?
Hey.
Never mind. Don't tell your story.
Yeah.
Save it for Thursday.
I'm gonna save it for
Save
Thursday.
it for Thursday.
I got my Sid story. I got.
Now we know why.
I got my
Yeah.
my Robertson Street prostitute story.
But yeah,
Angie Smith
Angie Smith Memorial
Memorial.
Methodist Church.
on South Side, Southwest. Is it 20th or Boulevard? Grand Boulevard.
Grand Boulevard.
But-
Over there across the street from Capitol Hill.
Yeah, I
From
played.
the football stadium.
I played over there too.
Did you really?
Yeah, 8th grade and freshman, sophomore year.
Was you the get back?
Uh,
Like, I'm ready, coach. Get back. Get back.
oh. Nah, I got some stories for that. I'm ready. Well, when we played Capitol Hill, we could smell weed on the players.
For real?
Yeah,
They beat y'all?
and we all did. No. And we did the Soldier Boy, so that's when Soldier Boy came out.
Mm-hmm.
Take that Soldier Boy. Yeah. So speaker night Thursday. My sister
You and
Yolanda.
Yoli, huh?
Yeah, we're both speaking, but we're doing Zumba and yoga before speaker. So
I bet you Yoli has a cool story. you know.
yeah,
She's always been, like, I don't know. We're about the same age, so I kind of remember her.
yeah.
Like, I mean, you always know who people are. You don't know them, but
Yeah. Oh, I know. I don't know them.
yeah. But she's always been like a positive person.
Mhm.
Like I'm sure she has a cool story. I like to hear people's stories who didn't tear it.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like, because I can see where I went wrong.
Yeah.
Like I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm pretty excited for you all.
Me too. We were both
always
talking
got good
about
food.
it.
Medicine Tribe.
Yeah. Mm.
If you're
David
in the Oklahoma
Onzawal.
City area and you're looking for a Wellbriety group, look up Medicine Tribe. My brother David Onzawal and his wife Lynn. They do great work up there. Amethyst, they do great work. Great work up there. So
Sherry Lane. Is it Lane?
Lene.
Pivot one.
Yeah, that's
Pivot Savant.
Canton girl.
Oh, she said I'm back in Oklahoma. El Reno,
right.
Then the homestead in Canton.
Oh yeah. That's my bro Jarvis and Mike's little sister.
Mm. She said send in positive prayers. Have a wonderful day. Everyone.
Oh, appreciate that.
Stacy Starr said hello again. I'm back.
Oh, came
Uh,
back.
Pray for my son. We're getting admitted back into children's.
Oh man, yeah, we're sending prayers your way,
Prayers your
Stacy.
way.
Hope he gets to feeling better soon.
Pray for Megan and the family. Megan Hart and the family.
Oh yes, definitely.
Pray for y'all.
Yes, and she was she's a healthy young lady,
Mhm.
so I think that would benefit her now. Like, because man, that's got to be tough. A car wreck.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, Megan and the family definitely in prayers.
Mm-hmm. Any more announcements?
Nah, we don't really do announcements no more.
No more.
But I'm pretty excited that the aunties are getting, their daughters of tradition downstairs.
Mm-hmm.
That's an exciting program.
Mhm.
I if it's anything like Sons of Tradition.
Is it Trauma Tuesday too?
And it, we didn't even get they let us go early yesterday,
Yeah.
so we didn't get to come back and do our
Mental check.
mental health Monday.
So
So hopefully we get to do Trauma Tuesday.
okay.
Good weather today though, huh?
Mm-hmm.
So that's cool. That's
more-
pretty cool.
No more tornadoes.
No, not yet.
No. Yeah, not yet.
But I believe that's it, right?
Yeah.
Like, share, follow, tell your mammy about us. And I believe that will be it till later. So I hope